Saxophone Soul, you're up. Everybody give a round of applause for Saxophone Soul.
Couldn't hear me this whole time, could you?
Uh-uh.
I was like, yay. And then I said, should I tell y'all what I'm playing? You're gonna pick it up as soon as I play it. As soon as I play it, you're gonna know.
Cool.
All right. That's right.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
That was so good.
Thanks, y'all.
That's beautiful, man.
Oh my gosh. Man, I was like so
Beautiful.
close
Good
to
job.
crying there. It was so touching. It really touched me.
That's a very emotional song. It really is.
Oh man, that song always gets me. Yeah. Totally. All right, Ian, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna play a new song that I've recently written, and wrote it about 2 weeks ago. It's called "Let It Bleed," and it's a little blues tune. And a shout out to who just played. The saxophone sounded great, so I'm looking forward to hearing everyone else. When it rains, I can hide. I feel no shame. I lay down and cry. Let it bleed. Some wounds heal naturally. Oh yeah. Come on. Let it bleed. Some wounds wounds heal naturally. Oh yeah. Bloodshot and broken. I never asked for guidance. 3 words unspoken. I'm suffering in silence. Let it bleed. Some wounds heal naturally. Oh yeah. Come on. Let it bleed. Some wounds heal naturally. Oh yeah. Come on. I feel so empty. This abandoned town, once a land of plenty, is burned to the ground. Let it bleed. Some wounds heal naturally. Oh yeah. Come on. Let it bleed. Some wounds heal naturally. Oh yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on. Little
Yes,
blues
man.
tune.
So good. That was amazing.
So good, man. I always love your songs. They're so
Thank you.
expressive.
That's great, man. Beautiful.
Thank
Great
you.
rhythm. Really great rhythm.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, it was fun to play. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, Tom, you are up, brother.
Okay, then. Okay. So, everybody, for those who don't know me, I am actually a teacher. I live in Brazil. I'm a Brazilian teacher. I teach music, obviously. I work in 2 international schools here, so there I teach music for children. That's why we have a lot of colorful instruments there. And I love Brazilian music, and the group of the Brazilian styles, they are considered the Brazilian jazz, and we have actually we have the real book of jazz, and we have the real book of Brazilian jazz too. And as a teacher, I want to get Brazilian music to be known, and that's my mission here. But today I'm not going to play any Brazilian music. I'm going to play an American classic. I'm going to play Autumn Leaves. That's the first time I don't play any Brazilian music here. All the other meetings I have played only Brazilian music, but today I'm going to make an exception because Michael Rosalino, he asked me if I knew how to play Pat Metheny, no, how was the guy? West Montgomery. I don't know how to play any song from Montgomery, but I know how to play this one, Autumn Leaves. And funny thing, Joe Pass did a very good solo for Autumn Leaves. Actually, it's a completely new part that Joe Pass put in the song. And I'm going to play also a solo of my own on the same place that Joe Pass put his solo. I'm going to put one of my own on the second time I play the song. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Autumn Leaves.
Beautiful.
That's it.
Oh my God,
So
beautiful.
good.
Hey
So
guys,
good.
thank
Good.
you. That's it. Autumn leaves,
Amazing.
everybody.
Amazing.
Thank you.
What's the meaning behind that song?
The meaning, so the lyrics, they are the falling
Always
leaves
fascinating.
drift by the window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburnt hands I used to hold.
Yeah, love
Yeah,
song.
maybe someone missing someone,
Yeah,
and the autumn leaves, the picture, the all the feelings around this season.
Okay. Okay. So
I think that's it, rhythm.
wow. Okay. Wow. Shoot, that's touching. Very touching. All
I
right.
could hear the whole band in your guitar. It's so fun. I could hear everything.
Oh, thank you, Stephen. Thank you
Mhm.
so much.
It's so beautiful. His playing is just so good all the time. Oh my god. I'm so lucky to be in such presence of such talent all the time. It's such a blessing and a gift. And I'm very grateful. Anyway, Jake, you're up.
Can you guys hear me?
Hear ya.
Cool.
I hear you.
She called me a liar with a David mouse. Guess the storms are coming too fast for her now. There's no one like to believe the snow is not so pale. All the stones that I throw are building up a wall. I have become so to this world. I have become so to my groove. 'Cause I like to believe we can reconcile the past, resurrect those bridges of waiting ancient plans. But my own stone face seems to bring her down. She remembers bridges and birds into the ground. I am become so to this world. Well, I have become so to my groove. Too early, too late, too dark, too right, too wrong, too right to pay off tonight. Cool the snow. Too rich or too poor, too wanting me less than wanting more. Look at our things still come strong. No, girl, no, no, no. No, 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 yeah. There is a balance between two worlds. One with an arrow and a cross. God lives still a balance. The light has become cumbersome. Two and two light, two black or two white, two wrong or two right, today or tonight. Cumbersome. Two with the two parts, do you want to be less and want it more? The little things still the storm. No, yeah, no, no, no. No, 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 yeah. No, 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 no. Yeah. Your life has become cumbersome.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Hey guys.
All right.
Beautiful
Very
man.
nice.
That was
Very
really that was really great. That was really great.
Thank you.
Now, since we have so many performers tonight, I'm thinking about, because we have 10 performers tonight, I'm going to do some intermission music, and if there's time after everybody else goes, we'll do a second time around. You know, performers get to do 2 songs, then we'll do an encore if there's time. But since
Cool.
there's more people,
Sorry, Rhythm, I didn't got that.
what I was saying is I'll be doing the intermission music, and then
Oh,
because
great.
we've gone up to 5 performers, do an intermission, and then we'll have Nathan, Corey going up, and then Patrick, Steven, and Sam coming up, and then I'll circle around if there's time for a second performance. Each person gets to do a second song, and then I'll do the random encore. But I plan this thing to go until 10, so if you guys want to pick long songs, go for it.
Okay, great.
I'm going to do a classic from the 70s. This one is called Brandy, and it's by Looking Glass. Great group. If you guys don't know of them, they're pretty awesome. There's a boy on the western bay, there's 100 ships a day. There's a brothers, that's the time away. They talk about their homes. And there's a girl in a western town, and she works to lay the whiskey down. They say, Brandy, fetch your mother round. She serves them whiskey and wine. The sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. I sing the same story from the sea. At night, when the boss closed down, Brandy walks through a silent town and loves a man who's not around. She still can hear him say, she hears him say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. I sing the same story from the sea. Yeah, Brandy, you still watch his eyes, and he told the sailor story. She could feel the oceans fall and rise, and days of glory. And no one ever told the truth. It was the storm in the understanding. Brandy wears the finest chain and the finest silver from the north of Spain. A locket that bears the name of a man that Brandy loves. It came in the darkest gifts and gifts from far away, but it made it clear they couldn't stay. The villa was his home. They say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. I sing the same story from the Thank you very much.
Yeah, rhythm lines. Heck yeah.
Beautiful. That's great, man.
What a
Finally,
song.
great.
That's a
Appreciate
classic. I did recognize that.
it. Yeah, it's like I always stream. You know, I'm always doing these classic songs because they're so good.
Oh man, I
They have a
know, right?
meaning.
So
That one is a time, and that's a great group. If you heard every song by that group, like that album is incredible.
well written.
Yes, those songs have meaning. They touch the heart. I mean, seriously, phenomenal group, guys. Everybody, I recommend them. Looking Glass, outstanding group. Anyway, Nathan and Corey, you guys are up. If you guys are ready.
I don't have my headphones in, so what was that last part?
I said,
Yeah, that's every time.
Very
Um,
nice. I like that.
I got a video game vibe from that. That was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool progression.
Yeah. Sound like something out of a video game. Very cool.
yeah, it was. It's one of those fun ones to play. So now, before we play his, I think we're gonna continue practicing that. I don't know how many people you have, but we need to practice his song. That it's gonna be electric guitar and acoustic guitar.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful.
All right, Sue, I'll mute myself for that.
All right. Well, since I'm unmuted before the next performer goes, I just wanted to let all you artists know and performers out there, if you guys like to follow one another on Instagram or social media platforms,
Yes.
support one another. If you guys be
Absolutely.
so kind to put your information in the the chat box, then everybody can support your work and help you guys grow.
Chat box. Where's the chat box?
It's should be to the right, and it will say chat. Unless you haven't opened it yet, and in that case, it's going to be at the bottom of your screen. It's going to be a bubble. It's like a thought bubble. Yeah, it's a thought bubble.
Awesome. Cool.
Yep. And shout out to everybody who's helped Rhythm Lines grow. It's thanks to you guys that it's getting as big as it's getting. I really appreciate this. So thanks you again. It's all teamwork effort, you know? All right. Patrick, you're up.
All right, so you guys can hear my voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my plan was to do something cooler, but my high E string broke an hour ago.
No.
And I don't have any more, so that was kind of poor preparation. What I was gonna do is
No, that
one of the things I like to do on social media is take rap songs and pop songs and make a guitar arrangement for them. I was gonna play one of my arrangements of a Kendrick Lamar song, but I can't now. So I decided I'm gonna play Eruption for you guys because that's something I can adapt to with 5 strings on it. And
Nice.
so let me switch to the pod. Give me a thumbs up if you hear the guitar when I play.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh yeah, my God.
Beautiful, man.
Oh, the fire department. That was fire, man. Damn.
I couldn't see your fingers, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, I know that. No, that wasn't perfect, but like I said, I got 5 strings, and that wasn't what I had planned. So,
Hey, if Eddie was part of this, you know, he'd be cheering, he'd be clapping. So that was epic.
thank you.
Yeah, that's a nice ode to Eddie there.
Seriously. Wow. Insane song.
I want to try that on my trumpet.
That's pretty cool.
Sound like a whale. All right. Steve.
Awesome.
Great, man. Beautiful.
Thank you.
I love the timbre in your voice, man.
Ah,
It's like
thanks, man.
so good for that song. Wow.
While My Guitar Gently Weeps by the Beatles. I didn't mention that. So.
It's a classic. I'm sure a lot of people know it.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Cool.
Man, such amazing talent tonight, I have to say. Sam, you're up.
All right, then. If I drag on a little on this one, look, on this one, Rhythm Lines, just let me know, all right?
Will do.
All right. So I got one of my favorite stories written by Canadian author T.W. Grimm titled The New Fish. Warning, the following content is for mature audiences its content is graphic in nature and is only meant for mature audiences. Enjoy. I was jolted awake about an hour ago, confused and disoriented. My heart rate was pounding and my sheets were soaked in sweat. Some slathering, malevolent horror was in the trailer with me, creeping up on me while I slept, with poised claws and razor teeth. The absolute certainty of this coated my mouth with the metallic taste of fear, sour, dry, and thick. I grabbed the baseball bat that lays beneath my cot and tiptoed around the cramped darkness of my trailer, straining to hear over the keening of the wind outside and the pounding of my own heart. Of course, there was nothing here except my goldfish and yours truly, the sweaty guy in his underwear. It was the gusting wind that startled me awake. It happens quite often in the late autumn and early winter. The wind rips through the scrub of skeletal trees that surround the trailer park and charges, with the lion's roar, into our lonely huddle of frail little shelters. It gibbers and shrieks and pounds on our walls with fists of dead leaves and frozen grit. Satisfied that I wasn't about to become chow for some unspeakable creature, I laid back down on my squeaky, saggy old cot and tried to get back to sleep, but I couldn't. I found myself thinking about the night in the penitentiary, the night of the lockdown. I kept thinking about Mikey and Big Rob and the rest of them, all huddled in a cell with the lights off and the frigid northwest winds howling at the walls. After a while, I gave up trying to sleep. Instead, I sat down in front of the computer and I started typing. I'm no storyteller, not like Mikey or Hutch, but I'll try my best. When I first came to the pen, the thing that struck me most about the place was just how much the cons talk. On the occasions when I served time in the county jail, there had been talk, sure, but it was tense and impersonal. When they're only serving a few months, I guess a lot of people feel the situation is too temporary to bother forging any ties with their fellow inmates. You'd play cards with your cellie, or you'd sit in the day room and watch TV in relative silence. The only time there would ever be any noise or action was when a scrap broke out over a card game. Fights were the only thing that passed as excitement in county. Every other moment of the day was comprised of dull, boring nothing. Going in, you just hoped that the food wouldn't be too bad, and that your cellie wouldn't end up being a gang member or a meth head biker waiting out a long patch of dead time. People, in other words, who might beat the shit out of you as a way to pass the hours. The pen, though, is an incredibly noisy, smelly, vocal environment. I remember very clearly the moment when my little group of new arrivals were let out of the fish tank and into our new home, a pod housing 200 inmates. I was overwhelmed by the deafening din of voices and activity when the hacks marched us, bundles in hand, out into the range. Of course, there were the obligatory cat calls and wolf whistles, but most of the cons seemed completely oblivious to us. They were too busy living the ebb and flow of penitentiary life. Of course, this was not actually true. Cons see everything, and I mean everything, but they talk even more. My first cellie wanted both my bail and my ass in that order. That wasn't happening. I hammered him in the mouth, and it was on. The fight spilled out of the cell and into the corridor of the pod. He was a big, tough old bull, but I had him leaking and his confidence was shaking. Before the COs got to us, I managed to get the nasty old fuck face down onto the floor and was whamming away at the back of his head and neck like a jackhammer. Then the hacks got there, and one of them laid a size 12 boot upside my skull. The kick knocked my brain clear over the moon. The world immediately went out of focus, and it stayed that way for almost 12 hours. I spent the next 3 weeks in the hole for fighting, and when I got out, I was placed in a different pod. Word had got around that this fish wasn't exactly new, and that I had a mean right cross. No one bothered to roll up on me in the yard that day, and when I sat down at chow with my new cellie and some of his boys, no one objected. I had been checked, and I had passed the test. I wasn't a punk or a sissy. I could sit with the men. Yeah, it's a different world, the pen is, and it has wildly different rules. You couldn't fully understand unless you'd been there. It wasn't long before I settled into a routine. Up for head count and chow, off to work off in the laundry, chow, nap, workout, chow, and then the struggle to fill the dead hours between supper and lights out. There wasn't much to do. The cons played cards, betting with tobacco bales purchased from the commissary and individual hand-rolled smokes. Some watched TV, and others watched the wall. Some watched each other. Tensions were always high between the rival gangs. Dope fiends spiked what they liked to spike in the bathrooms. Daddies took their sugar boys into rented cells or the showers, and they got some ass pussy while a homeboy held watch for the cops. There was, of course, a lot of talk. Talk of family back home, women had and lost, of misdeeds proudly done. There were enough stories flying around that place to fill a library. My cellie was an old con named Mikey. He had originally been sentenced to 15 years for second-degree murder during a robbery. But he had gotten into so much trouble since landing in the pen that he managed to require an additional 10 years on top of that. Mikey was doing all day, and he made peace with that fact. A good cat all in all. A straight shooter who didn't fuck with the spike. The thing was, he'd kill just about anyone if he got it into his head that he wanted to. In earlier years, Mikey had been a trigger man for the bikers. He'd been convicted for the murders of 6 people and was a suspect in 16 others. And I can well imagine that a number of them had probably been friends of his at one point or another. In certain circles, a good friend can become your murderer in the blink of an eye. That's the kind of people you do time with in maximum security. Mikey and his crew liked nothing better to do than spend Sunday evening crowded up in someone's cell, drinking Pruno and shooting the shit. Personally, I didn't care much for the hooch. It tasted like rotting garbage with a heavy fruit bouquet, but the stories were welcome. When Mikey or one of his homeboys were on a roll, we could all forget ourselves and be somewhere else for a little while. As far as cons go, they were good fucking guys. They were, and these bull sessions were the glue that held Mikey's crew together. I remember watching and listening for hours on end, spellbound, as Mikey or Big Rob or whoever wove a tapestry of words in the thin air around us. They'd make us roar with laughter, clench in rage, and even silently choke up in sadness. Some of those guys could play a man's emotions like a violin with their storytelling. They were masters of the form. Most of the time, the stories were pretty coarse, which was to be expected. Look where they were coming from. And occasionally, they were downright fucking horrifying. But there's one in particular that I can remember word for word, quite literally. I can actually close my eyes and see Mikey and Rob Hutch and the rest of them sitting there in the cell that night, all of us bathed in the sickly red glow of the emergency lights and transfixed by what we were being told. This particular story likes to pop up in my head in the small, dead hours of the night, when the harsh winds of drab old November lash out and rock my rusty little trailer hard enough to wake me up, as they did tonight. Coincidentally, it was on a November night like this when I heard this story. I was about a year into my 4-year sentence for armed robbery, and this was my second winter in the pen. I recall that the goddamned wind was cutting through the walls really badly that night, and the giraffes were freezing our toes solid. There had been a murder that day, and the whole pen was on lockdown. All 5 pods and the protective custody unit, too. Big Rob Hutch was a man who had his ear to the ground, and he had known that the lockdown was imminent. We had just enough time to make preparations for what was coming. Happy for a chance to hang out and get fucked up, 7 of us quickly herded into a cell with our bedding, snacks from the commissary, and as much gear as we could get our hands on. I remember that we were all wrapped up in our thin, scratchy blankets like convict burritos. The blankets were gray and made of rough wool. Upon checking into the Razor Wire Inn, you were issued one and one only. In the winter, blankets were at a premium. Men would fight for them, sometimes even kill for them. Mikey and Big Rob were sitting on the lower bunk. Coltrane and his kid Remy had the top one. I was freezing my ass off on the floor, along with Nick and Richie. The young pups had to sit on the floor. That's just the way it was. The old cons got to snuggle their asses into the relative comfort of the thin mattresses that covered the squeaky spring slats. And in Coltrane's case, the old cons bitch as well. We weren't complaining out loud about it, though. We knew better than to do that. Big Rob was a trustee, and one of his duties was to mop the floors in the prison morgue. He was telling us what happened when the coroner performed his autopsy on Stutters. Stutters was a junkie who had been suspected of ratting out various other cons to the cops in exchange for smack. He was the reason why the entire pen was on lockdown. He had been discovered in his bunk after lunch, dead as day-old dog shit and full of ragged holes. The shiv was found in a toilet in the shower room. It had been made from plastic bags and heated to melting with a Bic, then compressed to form a sharp, sturdy little weapon. So I'm mopping up by where they keep the gurneys, and down the hall, the door's open a bit, and I can see the doc leaning over Stutters on the table. He's humming and singing to himself as like usual, and I'm smiling at how shitty his voice is, when all of a sudden the doc says, "Holy shit, would you look at that?" And then he starts gagging and retching. Then, get this, he actually screams. For real, he fucking screamed, and he yells, "Jesus Christ, it's all over my fucking arm." He runs out of the room down the other hall, and I'm like, what the fuck was that all about? And I heard him yelling for his assistants, or whatever they are, the younger ones. They come running back and all, and I hear one of the assistants say, "Oh fuck, you gotta be kidding me." Then the smell hits me all the way down from that long-ass hallway, and it's putrid, boys. It smelled like a combination of rotting flesh and an old shithouse in August. I had to grab my nose and run the fuck out of there. Worst thing I ever smelled. Nick asked, what was it from? And he shifted uncomfortably as he sat by the toilet. Apparently, Big Rob said, lowering his voice to a husky stage whisper, Stutters was getting checked for pokes and track marks pretty regular because he got busted so much for possession. So he started shooting in his ass. But not like in his ass cheek, you dig? I mean right into the wall of his rectum. He was shooting it right inside his fucking asshole, man. Can you imagine that? Pretty soon, he developed a pretty fucking horrible abscess. Because of all the fecal bacteria and crap that was living up his old dirt road, the abscess got infected real bad. After a while, it skinned over with a crust of white blood cells and gross stuff and ballooned into a giant pus bubble. The bubble got so bad that it eventually closed up the poor fucker's ass. I mean, right fucking shut. He was apparently going around like that for weeks, man. For real. Weeks. It must have hurt like a bitch. So the doc saw something bubbling out of the dead fucker's asshole, and he prodded it with a scalpel, and pop! Out gushes a metric fuckload of bloody green pus, full of dead bacteria and stinking like the devil's ball sack. Aw, fuck, man, that's just dirty, Mikey groaned, and mimed throwing up all over Hutch. That ain't it, though, my friend. That ain't it. The worst part, he continued, was the fact that Stutters had been bunged up with this fucking pus balloon for a few weeks or so, you know? It stopped up his shit canal real bad. When the doc popped at it with a scalpel, oh hell. It was a literal shitstorm. It spurted out of his ass like a high pressure hose. We regarded that image for a moment or two in stunned silence. I felt a bit ill. So fucking dirty, Mikey roared. And despite what I heard, I had to laugh. Just gonna skip down a little bit. Finally, Mikey spoke up and broke the silence. So, who's up for some Twilight Zone shit tonight? I got a good one for you. You remember the last time the power went out, Hutch? Hutch shot him a dark look and then did something very unusual for a hardened con. He shuddered. You want to tell the boys that story? I don't know, man. Why not? Fuck, the lights are out and the winds are howling out there. Perfect time for it. All right, fuck it. Let's do it. Big Rob cleared his throat and said, Okay, boys, it's time for a scary story. Crowd around the fucking campfire and grab a cup of this fine wine. It's more of a brandy, I think, Hutch. Mikey grinned and offered me some reluctantly. His voice stern, Mikey growled, Okay, first things first. This shit is 100% true. Got it? We're not bullshitting about any of this. For real. So don't tell us we're full of shit, or you can go have a fucking sleepover with that asshole in the hack shack. Got it, Richie grunted and flipped over onto the floor. This all went down a long time ago. Me and Mikey were both running around with different crews back then and into different shit, but we knew each other. I guess I would have been about your age, Mikey said, pointing down at me. So one day, the fish tank had just been emptied out into the pod, and there's this new fish with him that immediately started turning heads. I was playing checkers up on in the tier upstairs when they all came walking down the gate. They came toddling behind a couple of the hacks, and at the end of the line was the prettiest little sweet boy the whole penitentiary had ever seen. I don't play grab ass like Coltrane up there, but this kid, he was, I don't know, almost like an angel or something. He was too perfect, like a picture out of a magazine, you know? Slender and fair-haired, teeny bopper heartthrob material. Yeah, the kid was pretty all right, and he looked like he'd be easy to punk. Big Rob took a moment to pause and force back a swig of the awful cloying Pruno, a noxious blend of fermented fruit, sugar packets, and yeast. As he grimly swallowed down, Mikey jumped in and continued the story. The new fish immediately drove the whole pod completely fucking nuts. The wolves were losing their mind, for real. The guards were looking worried. A pretty kid like that can cause a lot of hard feelings between the bulls. Hard feelings usually turn into murder. So they released the other fishies into the care of the boss at the guard hut and then hustled the pretty boy off into the protective custody unit post fucking haste. They kept him there for a few days, but the wolves didn't forget about him. Not for a moment. Finally, a conman named Holbrook called in some heavy favors, and the hacks moved the kid back into the pod. More to the point, into Holbrook's cell. I remember watching as the hacks walked the young fella across the pod and up the stairs to his new home. The kid had no expression in those wide blue eyes. None at all. Just blank. Holbrook was a big, greasy son of a bitch. Real nasty. You could smell him from 20 feet away. Complete psycho, that guy. Man, I tell you, watching as Brookie grinned and waited at the door of his cell for his new little bunk buddy to arrive, hell, it made me feel sorry for the kid. He was planning to do bad things to the boy. You could see it in that grin. He was going to hurt him. It broke more than a few hearts to see Holbrook get his dirty hooks into the kid first. He would wreck the kid's asshole and destroy his soul. That was the general consensus. Come morning, they'd be rolling the kid out into the infirmary and afterwards probably stick him back into PC for a 24-hour suicide watch. Even if he did come back to the pot again, no one would want the kid. Not after the damage Brookie had been liable to do to him. Wait. Wait. Actually, I'm going to have to leave that there because I realize this might be too long for just one session, and I don't want to keep on taking everyone else's time.
Understandable. So it now appears, since it's only almost, let's say, 8:20, there's a time to do everyone's able to do a second song before I do the encore, because I plan this thing to go till 10 o'clock, and I'll probably do another song in intermission in between, and then we'll do the encore after the last 5 performers go. All right, so Ian, you're up, since Saxophone Soul had to go because he had something else going on, which is cool.
This is called Sunny. I wrote this song about recovery. You know, a few of my friends and I have been focusing on sobriety the past few months. And here we go. Sonny has his hands full again, kicked out from his home, headed down to the beach to get sober. Thought the woman would hold him over. It's not that easy to break free. To break free, yeah. Sponsor says time isn't on your side. These are bruises are getting harder to hide. Remember when you crash your car? A few broken bones, but here you are. It's not that easy to break free, to break free, yeah. Sonny, I know you are trying hard to break the habit and get a new start. So reach out, pick up the phone. Don't waste away your darkness all alone. No, it's not that easy to break free, to break free, yeah, to break free, to break free. This time, things are gonna get easier, yeah. Oh, this time, Sonny, you don't have to cry, 'cause everything's gonna be alright. One more time, yeah. Sonny has his hands full again, kicked out from his home, headed down to the beach to get sober. a woman would hold them over. No, it's not that. No, it's not that. No, it's not that easy to break free. That was Sunny.
Very nice.
That was great, man. Beautiful.
Yeah,
That was
emotional tune.
awesome.
I'm glad you guys like it. And, you know, I have a lot of songs that I've written over the quarantine, and to make some more money, I'm going to hit the studio and put them out there. So
Beautiful.
That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Absolutely. All right. Hawk or Gasper, you up to go next? You're up. Right. Tom, that leaves you, man. You're up next. You're after him. So let's hear
Okay, so I was preparing this song for a while, the Rhythm Lines show, because this is a very famous Brazilian song. It's a song from a classical composer, one of the little songs that made success here from a classical composer. And you know, Brazil and United States, they have a lot of similarities. One of them is the extent of the territory. Brazil is a very large country, and then we have this image of the people that live on the country, you know, same as you have there in the United States. So this song is about this, and I made some English lyrics, and I would really appreciate your feedback as native speakers, because I'm not a native speaker, evidently. So that's the country boy train. I think that would be the translation. Okay, hope you like it. Just a sec. There goes the train with the boy. There goes the circle of life. There go the raindrops of joy. Its journey the new days will find. There goes a train without route. The night sky twisting above. Running goes through the lands, goes up on the hill and into the air. Running up the hill into the air, the air, the air. There goes the train with the boy. There goes the circle of life. There go the raindrops of joy. Its journey the new days will find. There goes the train without route. The night sky twisting above. Running goes to the lands, goes up on the hill and into the air. Running up the hill into the air. Lá vai o trem com o menino, lá vai a vida rodar. Lá vai ciranda e destruindo, vai pela serra, vai pela terra, vai pelo ar, no ar, no ar.
Beautiful,
Thank
Tom.
you.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Nice.
That was so good.
Tom, was that your song?
That's a song from a classical composer, a Brazilian classical composer, Villa-Lobos. He's very known for his compositions to classical guitar. You know, everybody play around the world, the choros from Villa-Lobos, and he composed this song in Portuguese. I made the English lyrics. The song is in the English lyrics are mine, and I sang the original lyrics in Portuguese in the end. So come on, please, just give some feedback on the lyrics. What did you think of the lyrics?
I'd like the imagery.
Did you like the imagery? Like a train running. I was in very doubt of this expression, a train running, because an engine running is just an engine working. So a train running through the lands, through the field and into the air. What did you think about that in English, about the language?
Are you asking me or everyone else? Anyone?
Everybody.
I thought that song is very soul touching. Really touched here. And the chord progression was very, very spiritual and emotional. You know, I felt like very connected with that piece.
Thank you.
Yeah, your vocals were very clear too. Your punctuation,
yeah.
it was good. It was very clear. Like you're very good. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah. So let's go back. Gasper, can you hear us now? Let's try him again. Gasper.
Okay, I got something here that maybe a lot of people in this world should pay attention to. It's called Try a Little Tenderness. So that's what I'm going to play. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
That's the good
Yeah, Gabby, we are ready. Come on, bring it on.
Okay.
That's the flugelhorn, everybody. That's a great instrument.
She may be worried. Young girls, they get worried. Wearing that same old shaggy dress. But when she gets worried, try a little tenderness. You know she's waiting, just anticipating for things that she'll never, never go possess. But while she's there waiting, just try a little tenderness. It's not just sentimental, no. She has her grief and care, but the soft words, they are spoken so gentle, it makes no easier to bear. Oh, you won't forget it. Young girls never forget it. Love is their only happiness. Oh, but it's so easy. All you gotta do is try a little happiness. Oh, she may be worried. Yes, try a little tenderness.
Yay!
I love
it. Yeah, baby.
That was so good. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Great job. Great job.
Oh,
Playing here with you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I love the sound of that instrument. It's so
Was
beautiful.
it,
Yeah, your pitch is perfect. Oh, it was so good.
so you heard the music and my horns
Yes,
together
sir.
Yeah, it was balanced. It was beautiful. It was so
I was
perfect.
wondering if it would be balanced. So, because I just got a new amp from Mike Rosalino and Karen bought me this new amp here, and I'm just trying it out. So
That's great.
Sounds
It's
great.
It sounded awesome. It really did.
Thank you,
Your
thank you,
voice.
thank you.
Such a nice timbre you have.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. All right, Jake, you're up.
Thank you. So this is my first time doing this. Thanks to Rhythm Lines for doing this. You guys are all awesome. This has been fun.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah,
Really
very
appreciate
nice,
it.
man.
It's beautiful.
Very nice. Very nice. You got good control over your voice, man. You get that nice high note there.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, seriously, man. The timbre in your voice is great.
Cool. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so now for the intermission music, we're gonna do a throwback. Cause I ain't in no hurry at all. Well, if it rains, I don't care, don't make no difference to me. Just take those streets on the beat out of town, yeah, yeah. I like to hear some funky Dixieland and on and on and on. Everybody's on, everybody's down, yeah. Oh, black water, keep on rolling, Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining? Oh, black water, keep on rolling, Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining? Oh, black water, keep on rolling, Mississippi moon, won't you keep on shining on me? Yeah, keep on shining your light, gonna make everything bright, mama, gonna make everything alright, yeah. I like to hear some funky Dixieland. Pretty mama, come and take me by the hand. I'm on a honky tonk, I'm on a honk. Pretty mama, come and dance with your daddy all night long. I like to hear some funky Dixieland. Pretty mama, come and take me by the hand. Come on, baby. A pretty mama, come and dance with your daddy all night long. I like to hear some funky Dixieland. Pretty mama, come and take me by the hand. Come on, baby. Be free to sing along. Jump and dance with your daddy all night long. I like to hear some funky Dixieland. Pretty mama, come and take me by the hand.
Yeah, very nice. Awesome.
Yeah, I like that song.
Great song.
Yeah, that was great.
Give it up for Steven.
Ooh, all right. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Can you hear me? Everybody can hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Doing
R.I.P.
Bowie
David
justice.
Bowie.
You gotta love the classics.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that song. I really do. Missing the guitar solo, you know, I need to got a whole
Yeah.
solo section here. I need someone to rock out.
Let's give it up for Corey and Nathan.
All right, so we're playing. Okay, so that would be the end.
So the first encore is Ian, and then the next one is Tom.
Okay.
Everybody else was great tonight.
I'm just gonna do a quick little instrumental for you guys.
Nice.
I hope you guys enjoy. All right, just something quick like that.
That was great, Ian. Very beautiful. I love the loop pedal, you know, right?
Man, I have to get one of those Ditto pedals. Those are so cool.
Me too. I really want
X2.
one of these.
Yeah. Because they have other companies that make them, but they're just so hard to use, especially the one by Boss. Oh, just terrible. And they only give you 30
I've got
seconds
the
of
Boss
looping.
RC300, and it's a monster.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought you used the Ditto for your stuff or use a Boss.
I've updated. That's how I got the drums today.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So it's not the RC3, it's the RC300.
That's the big one. The one you were talking about is the one with the 2 pedals. This guy is 8. So I'm just learning to get used to it.
Wow. Okay. Well, I need help learning how to use a looper pedal because I apparently don't know how to use one. All right. So just a heads up before Tom starts to play. This event is going on till 10 o'clock tonight. So if you guys still want to play more, you are more than welcome to.
Oh, that's great. Great to hear because I'm going to show you a work in progress because I want to do this cover of Money by Pink Floyd, you know. But there are some parts that I'm not very secure yet. So take a listen and say me what you think of this.
Okay.
Money, get away, get a good job with more pay. You're okay. Money. Okay, that's. I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
Yes, yes, yes.
That was so good, man.
Well, why'd you stop, Tom?
I don't know the rest of the lyrics. You know, it's a work in progress.
Oh, you killed the vibe, man.
I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, finish that
awesome.
song, dude. Finish learning that. It was great.
Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Do you want me to play another thing? Because
Go for it. This is all just jam session now, you know, because it's
okay.
I'm gonna have to head out for
because
dinner.
I had plans for people to, but people decided to leave, so now it's just turned into a jam sesh. So yeah, keep playing.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So I love Pink Floyd, man. I love. There's a guitar here, an electric one. Can you see there?
Oh yeah.
What
I
kind?
used to play all the solos from Pink Floyd. You know, Money,
Pink Floyd, great though.
China and Chris Diamond. I used to know the whole song, China and Chris Diamond.
Oh, good.
That's so beautiful, right? David Gilmour is such a genius.
Genius. And he does it all in the pentatonic scale, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
A
simple,
lot of it, yeah.
very easy, very simple, and very.
Song.
Yeah, we can do it. You know, nylon guitar with electric guitar is going to sound nice. Them both together, you know.
Yeah.
Great, man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right, Hawk, you want to go up again? It's a jam sesh, man.
I just want to say I have to head out, gentlemen.
Okay, we can go.
Bye bye.
Have
See you
you have
later.
a great
Okay, I'll
time,
see you
and
next week.
thanks for stopping by. And you're always great.
Thank you.
Nice job, Tom. Enjoy listening to you, Tom.
Sorry, Gasper.
I said I enjoy listening to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, great. Nice to see you. Hey, we need to do that video, you know? With Corcovado, Quiet Nights. I didn't forget that video. We are going to do it. Are you still up for it, Gasper?
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for you to send me the whatever you were supposed to send me.
Yeah, I'm going to send you. I'm so sorry. It was crazy down here.
Oh yeah, I
But
understand.
I will
It's
be
crazy.
able to record it soon.
Yeah, it's crazy over here too, as you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the sound called East of the Sun and West of the Moon.
Ah, okay.
The sun and west of the moon. We'll build a dream house of love, dear. Close to the sun in the day, near to the moon at night. We're living a lovely way, dear. Sharing our love in the pale moonlight, just you and I, forever and a day. Love will not die, we'll just keep it that way. Among the stars we'll find a harmony of life to a lovely tune. East of the sun and west of the moon, dear. East of the sun and west of the moon. east of the sun and west of the moon. We'll build a dream house of love, dear, close to the sun of the day, near to the moon at night. We'll live in a lovely way, dear, sharing our love in the pale moonlight, just you and I, forever and a day. Love will not die, we'll just keep it that way. Up among the stars we'll find a harmony of life to a lovely tune. East of the sun and west the moon, dear. East of the sun, west of the moon. Hey, right on key, Tom. Very good.
Hey! Oh my God, so good to play with you, Gasper.
That
Hey,
sounds so good. I love that. I love how you just decided you just feel the vibe and come in with it.
yeah, you
That
you
was
jumped in there pretty good. That was good.
Yeah.
That
wanna
was
do-
great.
Hey, you want to do Bese Me Mucho together?
Come on, what's the key? Let's do it.
Hold on a second. I think it's the key of D minor.
All right.
Hold on.
What's the pitch or B flat?
Flat.
Okay.
Hold on. Got it, Tom. Do it, Doc. Do it. Got it, Tom. Great.
Woo!
You guys were just vibing. I love it. That was.
Oh my god. That was. You did a phrase. You did a very hard phrase. A very hard one. I tried to copy that phrase, but I couldn't.
I feel like I need a martini glass or something. Just listening to some good music.
All that jazz, right, rhythm.
I'm not
Yeah, it always is. Thank you so much, Gabby. That's a great tune.
okay, Rhythm, you got it.
I'm up. All right. What key do you want to play in?
Let's try a blues.
I said
All
I'm
right.
up.
All right, how about do blues in either F or B flat?
Okay.
Do blues F and B flat, and we'll see what we can do.
All right.
He muted himself. Let me help him with that.
Woo! Good jam, good jam. Very good jam.
How that came out, but
Man, it's been a long time since I played the blues. It's been a long time, man, since I played the blues.
It's such a
oh
fun
yeah,
thing to play.
Chet Baker,
Jeff
Chet
Baker,
Baker, and Terry Mu-
or Jet Baker? How do you? What do you say? Jet Baker or Jeff Baker?
Chet, Chet.
Okay, Chet Baker.
Chet Baker.
I'll check. 'em out
There's a
tonight.
song, a very famous one that it has 7 minutes on YouTube. It's a very what's the name of that song? It starts with the piano. Boo-doo-doo. Very slow. Pum, pum, pum. Oh my god, I forgot the name of
So
the
it kind of
song.
has like a Dean Martin feel to it then.
yeah, Chet Baker. He's got a sound all of his own with the horn and with the vocals.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's big
And the-
band. It's big band genre though, right? This is like big band genre music, or
No. It's not. It's not big band. Maybe something.
love
Something is big band, but it's more intimist. You know, this song
Right.
that which is very famous is just him, a piano, and the bass player.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah. Chet Baker mostly plays with either a quartet or a quintet, and he'll do a big band just ever so often. But he likes to play with a quartet or quintet.
All right. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance, just
Yeah, I put it in my notes on my phone here, which is I only
Yeah,
use my
he-
phone to promote my
he-
business. But yeah.
yeah.
I looked it up here on YouTube. The song is Almost Blue.
Oh, yes, that's the beautiful one. Yes, exactly.
That's
heard
the
that. I just
that's
didn't
the
know
one
that
I like the
song.
most from him.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost Blue.
Almost Blue. Okay.
He's the kind of trumpet player and vocal that people can understand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. You feel the music. You don't feel the technicality.
Exactly right. And
He's all about the music. Yeah.
I mean, there's trumpet players out there. I mean, they can play the lights out of it, but it don't mean nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
I mean,
That's why I love him.
I can appreciate a guy with a lot of technicality, but I appreciate a guy that can play from his heart more. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Some of the best musicians are just the instrument is just a reflection of themselves. channeling what's in them through the
That's
instrument.
I don't know. Hey, Tom, did you ever
That's if you guys want to do one more, Jamie.
how long are you streaming till?
I'm only streaming till 10.
Okay,
Originally I had like 3 people, on board, or actually 4 people. Well, 5 actually. But then they had to leave because they had things going on. So there are 5 people who had to bounce out earlier. Otherwise, that's why we're having this jam session. Otherwise, it would have gone till 10 o'clock.
Okay, this was turned out to be pretty good.
It turned out to be fire. This whole open mic thing. I mean, the amount of people that came in is just
You had some good guys on here tonight.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
They've always been good though, but it's just getting to be more. There's more people coming in now. It's just a lot of grind work for me. I do a lot of work behind the scenes to make it happen, but it's the hard work is paying off.
I met a piano player. He was on.
Do you want to play? I can play the chords.
All right, play it.
Let's hear it. Yeah, and then I'll close this off. Let's hear it.
Can you get yours a little bit louder so I can hear you a little better?
Yeah. What's the tempo?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so I'm going to play 1. Sorry,
Ready?
I'm going to play 1, 2, and. Great, great. We need to rehearse this one a little bit, right?
Hey, guys should definitely rehearse that. That'd be a great thing to play at the next show.
Yeah, it'd be
wow. Hey, yeah, we could do that.
In person
Awesome.
with you, then I could hear everything better,
Well, thank you for showing up again.
Thank you, Rhythm. You're the best host. Thank you so much.
No problem. I
Thank you,
try.
Rhythm.
I try my best. It's not easy.
Thank you, Rhythm, for putting on a show. It's really a pleasure to meet a guy like Tom and you, and it's really a good thing you guys are doing.
Likewise, Gabby.
Yes.
I'm very glad to have met you and you too, Rhythm.
Yeah, this this COVID, I have to say, this COVID thing, it's been a blessing for me, especially as a music producer and growing my business. Like, my business has gotten so much exposure, met so many wonderful people that otherwise wouldn't have met because everybody's on their phones all the time. So there's definitely been a silver lining to this.
Oh yeah, I mean,
And I have a lot of new friends I can visit after the quarantine's over and hang out in all parts of the world, which is pretty cool.
It's a good thing we got guys like you, and my daughter has her shows. At least I can start playing.
Yeah.
Until we can start playing in bars, this is pretty good. It gives us a little practice.
Yeah,
sure.
and I set up a thing for donations. So if you guys ever inclined, if donations at $10 or more, gets each person who donates a custom background of their choice of the Rhythm Line show that they can put on their phone or desktop or whatever. Eventually, I'll have magnets, put on your refrigerator, T-shirts, mugs, stuff like that. Eventually, I'll get to that point where I'll have the income to pay for those things, and those can be perks of being a donator. You get a choice.
Okay. Will you have that on the Instagram, how to donate?
That's actually on Everhost, I think it's what it's called. I'll message people about it privately, not privately, but in a group.
That'd be good.
Settings.
Do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys,
and Tom, don't forget to keep in touch.
Yeah, I will, Gabs. It was crazy down here, but I will record the video of Corcovado, so you can record there and you can do me and you playing at the same time, one video, And speaking about the pandemic, the quarantine, it was good too because I could meet you guys. Without the quarantine, I would be on the school teaching my kids. Look my shirt. My favorite people call me teacher.
Well, I have to thank Rhythm for me meeting you.
Yeah, me
you're
too.
welcome. You're welcome.
Me too. Thank you, Rhythm.
You're out. Well, you guys have a great night. It was a pleasure doing this. Just so you know, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, you subscribe to the Rhythm Line Show channel, and that's where I post all recordings of the old open mics. If you guys ever just want to, just bask in the wonderful musicians who've come on and watch it grow over time, you're more than welcome to.
And criticize our own presentations.
Whatever floats your boat. But yes, they're on that YouTube channel, the Rhythm Line Show.
Yeah.
It was a great night.
It was.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Great
night.
seeing you again.
Guys, stay safe. Peace and love. I'll see you next week.
All right.
Stay safe. See you later.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Every time you feel your foot tapping, think of the Rhythm Line Show.